So, so like I said, Karachi is a very big city. Uh, we come as a middle class family. So you see a lot of struggle growing up, as a kid, and we have some good time and bad time. But young kid, I was very active in a neighborhood, always doing something in the neighborhood, for other kids, always get together, doing things. Always, I mean, like I say, I was the one of those I can call leader in my neighborhood. So we used to do a August 14, which is our Independence Day celebration in our street. We close down the street both sides and we clean every single house from the house. And we just end of the day in the evening we put a bigger stage. And have a lot of singing songs and doing a bunch of small games and this and that for the kids. So those memories is always stuck in my head because I'll go involved in there for good 4 days, to coming to the event, and getting ready for it and all that good stuff. So like I say, my uncle filed a petition for my dad as an immigrant to come to U.S. And sure enough, he was waiting for the visa to come, and back then it usually take 8 to 9 years to get here after you file the petition. So my uncle applied for him, and so July in 1994, our visa came and we came here as an immigrant. Here in Burlington, North Carolina, and it was funny that I came from Karachi, for the biggest city of Pakistan. So I'm thinking, hey, I'm going to the U.S., which is a superpower country versus coming from a third world country. So when we landed in Raleigh, North Carolina, we're traveling from Raleigh to Burlington. It was nothing but the woods and the trees, and very country. I said, hold on, God really came to a powerful country, or I'm, it was just amazing for me. A little different for me as just coming from big city, coming to Burlington. It was really a small city, so that was a little shocking. But that's what we came, Burlington, North Carolina. Family. When I was growing up, it was all about family. I mean, I have a friend, I have a school friend, but they're still in school. We leave the school and that's it, We have a friend on the street, which is like a, neighborhood friend. We just go play cricket sometime in the evening, we go play cricket and we just, at that time we leave and they go home, we go home, So I really grew up in my family, like my uncles and my aunties, really sit down with them, and just having conversations. So I really, my cousins, back in Pakistan. So I really miss that part big time because it was just, in Pakistan it's kind of crazy. You be sitting at home at 8 o'clock and your bell ring. You got your auntie on the door, or your uncle on the door. There is no such a thing, I'm calling, hey, are you home? No. You just show up, and those kind of things, I definitely miss it, I still do. When I came, I started working right away, and English was the biggest barrier for me because I never English speak in my life. When I was a 19-year-old, I mean, I do learn English a little bit, but it was not like fluent speak English to anybody, So English was a barrier. So I have to work at the place where there's no communication, so I can work and make money right away. So I work at the place in Glen Raven. It's called Commercial Live-In. There's a place where you just simply go there and remove the metal from the copper. So they give a big old magnet you throw on the little belt with the copper going. Then you collect all the metal out of the copper. It's only copper go to the little thing. So there was no communication. They give you metal, you pull the metal. That's what you gotta do, So I was doing that, and at the same time I was working at a Winn-Dixie actually. So my shift was actually, I used to go to work 10 o'clock in the night in Winn-Dixie, work till 7 o'clock, and get off at 7 and go to my other job. I did that for almost 6 months because it was my need, because I don't speak English, so I have to work places where I have no communication. I just work at nighttime, start in Winn-Dixie and go there. I guess focal point, is just the way place you're gonna come and do anything as far the pray and conversations, and very important because as a Muslim, the mosque is the place you want to do things, and the good thing about that in Islam, the mosque is just not a prayer place. You can do other things that's for the business and other conversation and things like that, and so it's a very important place for me, definitely. I mean, it's our, this is our identification, that's who we are, and mosque is just bring you, it's just a place where you can show up, and do things, how Islam wants us to do as well, and because I firm believer that you gotta have some kind of connection somewhere, and that mosque will give you that connection, and that's why I tell my kid, always related to who you are, where you're from, and then mosque just give you that identity. Hey, look, we are the Muslim, and that's what we're in a community for, that's what we're here for. So it just give me that, ease and tranquility, in my heart to come to the mosque and do things here.